Well, our next guest says he wants to revive the legacy of Japanese gaming giant Sega. The company has seen a resurgence in recent years thanks in part to Sonic the Hedgehog. The movie trilogy based on the video game icon is a certified Hollywood blockbuster, zooming past $1 billion at the global box office. A fourth movie is also in the works, with Sega's licensing revenue nearly tripling in the past 4 years and its shares having doubled since the first entry hit theaters in 2020. Despite its recent film successes, Sega still hasn't released a new video game console since the Dreamcast in November 1998. Let's bring in Shuji Utsumi, President and COO at Sega Corporation. He's also CEO for Sega, and he joins us now. Shuji-san, thank you for joining us. We know that you have such an accomplished career already, but now you say that the greatest achievement would be a revival of Sega. How does that look like?
Well, because Sega is such an amazing company, having a lot of legacies, brand, and the Sega is a brand that gamers need to love. I found that this kind of legacy, so I'm really excited to be part of Sega now again.
But how do you intend to revive Sega? What's the plan? What is the strategy? And what kind of time frame are you looking at?
Well, actually, I joined Sega roughly 5 years ago. So the first step was to really making a so we call pillar, including Sonic, bigger and bigger. And then during the time that I joined Sega, Sega was focusing more in the Japanese domestic market. And then, I kind of changed the shift of the focus to the global market, including, and we are also paying too much attention to console. Now we are paying attention to console, PC, and also mobile, and then the global market. That's the first step. And also we are introducing a kind of concept of a transmedia kind of license program. That's been working very well too. And the third step, which is going to be next 2-3 years, we are reviving our old IPs, legacy IPs. So it's like a new for Sega's current business. So that's kind of additional revenue growth. And in the area of gas business, we are making global also. So these are our kind of plan in 3 to 5 years.
So as you look to making Sega global, what are the key challenges you're facing?
Well, key challenge was that our developers, first of all, we didn't really have that kind of mindset that the market is the global market. We are paying too much attention to the local market. But obviously, the market, turning out to be really global. So that's a kind of education of the developer was the first step. And also, a second step is going to be, publishing side, where, let's say SNS marketing is changing dramatically. So we are trying to be catching up all that kind of trend also too.
As you look to the future, how important is mobile in your future?
Yeah, mobile is very important because the mobile business represents more than half of the game business as of now, and it's going to be growing also, growing more compared to the rest of the platform. So it's definitely a very important market for us.
So how are you mulling over looking at the likes of VR, AR, and the other platforms?
Yeah, of course. As a portfolio, we are putting some, allocation to VR side, but the mobile definitely is going to be very important market. So we are somehow utilizing, let's say, Sonic for the mobile market, and also as you remember, we acquired a company, Rovio. So Angry Bird is going to be very important asset for us to explore a mobile market.
Shuji, as you look to make Sega a global player. I'm just wondering whether, in the end, though, the primary markets, your primary strength still remains in Asia, or do you see that pivoting to the West?
Yeah, I mean, luckily, Sega is a big name. I mean, actually a popular name among the West. And then, thankfully, I mean, Sega has a really great, brand context among Western, actually, people. As a matter of fact, it's more challenge for us to really explore Asia market, including China. So we are partnering with the Chinese partner right now and exploring that market. I mean, working with the key partners. And talking about Southeast Asia, we are selecting really good partners in each country. And then I think the progress is pretty good.
You have a big attachment to console, and Nintendo, of course, has a huge role in that. I'm just wondering how you're assessing how Nintendo is doing.
Well, Nintendo is an amazing player. We respect Nintendo a lot. But at the same time, I mean, the rest of the format, as you said, I mean, mobile is growing, and also PC is growing. So now we need to pay attention to every kind of aspect of the platform. But saying so, getting back, I mean, Nintendo is just an amazing company that, gamers, family love, Nintendo, gamers love Nintendo. So we
when you take a look at the company, though, when you take a look at Nintendo, though, what do you see as the strengths and the weaknesses?
Well, strengths is, obviously their brand, and also including and also their IPs. I mean, for example, Pokemon is a part of a Nintendo family. Now the Pokemon mobile game right now ranked #1 in the world. So that's one of the kind of showing the potential of Nintendo. But at the same time, Nintendo is pretty much somehow currently sticking to hardware, which can be strengths and can be weakness, because the technology trend is just, moving really so fast, like AI.
Nintendo launched recently the Switch 2, record-breaking sales. What do you think of it?
Yeah, I mean, sales expectation is actually better than we expected. So actually, market expected also too. So we're really, impressed how they, launch the hardware, and I hope, I mean, that trend is going to continue because we are providing a lot of products on Switch 2 platform also.
Nintendo was pretty conservative when it came to its guidance. What's your own take on the outlook for Nintendo and Switch 2 going forward?
Well, I mean, as a third-party company, we just, really work closely with them and then, support them to, make that, platform grow. At the same time, again, I mean, we work with, a bunch of other, platformers. So, I mean, Nintendo has been doing an amazing job. And then, actually, getting back, I mean, Switch 1 was much bigger than, their success was much bigger than we expected. So, I mean, you can count, you can just, I mean, we can't, take really light of them. I mean, that's my thought,
Shuji, before we let you go, give us a sense of what you're most excited about the industry. What's coming up that excites you?
Well, I mean, game industry has been growing with the evolution of technology. And, is new, technology trend is coming? Yes, it's coming, including AI. So, I mean, game industry is really good at, coping with evolution. So I'm really excited to see how industry is going to go, with this big trend of technology.